Hello everybody, welcome to the show. Bass and Bonsai out of the house, almost on the water. If you guys can see, that sun is getting ready to come up and over them treetops. We gotta get out here. I am totally loaded for bear, right? I've got everything in my arsenal out here, but we're gonna start the morning off topwater swim bait edition, right? Topwater swim bait type stuff only up to that top surface, because we haven't really weighted any of these new baits we've gotten, so almost all of them kind of ride high up. Of course, we got the Joker knockoff. A couple of them are actually topwater wake baits. But we're going to jump out here, try to go hit that side first because the sun's coming up on it. But we'll hit it real quick, that point at least, and then come back and try to work this area and the dam, maybe that little point, before the sun truly comes up. So swim bait, higher up in the water column, topwater only. It starts right now, so buckle up and hang on. So Tequila Baccarat, Steez HLC, Gomexus 100mm power handle. All that still doesn't keep you warm, but it's actually gotten a little chilly out here, plus my feet are a little wet from the dew. So I'm gonna put the hoodie on, put you guys on the chesty in case I don't want you guys to miss any of the topwater action. Then we'll get going. There's a chill in there. We got our lucky bracelet. Yesterday it was not lucky for us. 2 days ago we were here, tore them up. I didn't have it on, so if we start struggling, I'm gonna go to the bank and put it right back on my turn signal arm is where it was the Saturday morning. This is Monday morning, by the way. All right. Let's get out here and catch some largemouth bass. Let's look at the conditions. 70, almost 74 degrees. It'll probably warm up as the day goes. It is 6:30 a.m. so perfect time for topwater. Let's go. It may be too soon or too late actually for the white to work, but I kind of like to use white when it's a little less lighting. So we're going to start with this guy right off the bat, and then I'm going to also get these other rods out and we'll show you what of these other swim baits I think can be thrown on those. But I'm going to start right off the bat with this guy. I used him briefly a couple days ago, so come on dude, we can't afford for you to good thing it floats. That was so this guy is also an option. Should be easily thrown with this Super Destroyer. I mean, you could throw it with the other one, but as you can see, the Super Destroyer throws it no problem. Kind of just below the surface. Sometimes this place just takes that wind. It's like a slow morning start as soon as that wind pops up. Now you catch some, I caught them on that little Pop X. So let's see if we got anything for the blade or the poison Adrena. Now the blade, the chatterbaits, all that kind of stuff, that big blade has surprised me. I know I should be throwing a big blade right now, but we're trying our swim bait game. So I think that dude is still small enough to be thrown even on the blade. Definitely this one can be thrown on the Super Destroyer or heavy action. Let's try medium heavy though. Oh yeah, no problem. Got the Zillion. All right, let's try the blacktail. I do have options on the tails on this dude. I think the blacktail. I think a straight tail. I kind of wish I had one. I don't think I had. Yeah, let's try that. That That should be the ticket, I would think. I think it was better with the tail, with the flat tail. I'll try this guy later. It definitely doesn't have a bad action, but yeah. Let's just see what our other baits have in store. Where's our other bait box? It's around here somewhere. Here it is. Okay. This dude. We're going to throw these two guys. There's the little bitty dudes. Those are the same size. I think that dude is flashy, isn't he? Little baby bass, little baby trout. Guess either one. Let's try this dude as a little S-waver. Definitely capable on, you could even throw this, I'm sure, on the medium. Like, this is a small bait in the swim bait world, so it could be thrown with probably any, medium up gear. I just want to try kind of just something subtle on the top. In case these fish definitely needs to be the tail. If you guys can see that, as soon as you start pulling the tails up, I'm going to try a different tail. I think that tail, actually, let me just try a different bait. We're going to go with this dude without the lip, and then with the lip. It's kind of a bass, kind of a bluegill. Let me see if that... So let me throw him out, rod tip down. So yeah, you see you kind of have a wake. Now that looks pretty good. You guys see that? Go subtle. That looks like it would get hit. I like that action. That early, well, probably too late for that early morning. Just yep, see that? Just like you would kind of walk a, dude, had 2 hits on that bait. But yeah, just like you would walk a frog, a popper, if you wanted to do it with a swim bait. Now if I swim it, doesn't really have the same, you got to twitch it. Kill it. All right, we got a couple hits like that. Let me try the bill in, just going slow. But in my honest opinion, these are, you're kind of out of the swim bait world when they're that small. My opinion, unless you just want to throw swim baits. But I imagine these smaller ones, we're going to find out when we go to the bigger ones, you're kind of doing the same thing. I think I got going. Oh dear Lord. So if you wanted to get some of these just to get a rhythm kind of thing on how they liked being worked, you could probably do it with these little dudes. So yeah, you kind of go from a topwater wake bait to a just below the surface. It probably needs the other tail. Oh, I think that was another little peck. I think I'm getting pecks with this dude. Okay, no for sure true whatevers. So I'm going to switch real quick. Much as I think this is probably the coolest bait I have, it's also one that may not ever get hit. For me anyway. So I'm going to take it off briefly, because I want to run this dude. This dude I think I'm going to eventually weight, but right now it's like a perfect topwater, bigger bait. So I'm going to put it on, try it right here real quick, and then we'll probably go hit the dam with it. And then we'll go to other stuff. But this kind of has a good kind of a, I think it got gunked. I think. Has a good just below the surface kind of a, you can kind of see it, the line. Yeah, see how it floats. This one looks good too. Made it back to the dam. I don't think I like this bait at all, but definitely don't like that tail that way. So the tail kind of going up with no bill, I don't like. I may try it with the bill, see what that does at some point. So littlest one, got it on the X Pride, and I'll show you what I'm going to do here in a, oh my god, here in a minute. We're going to have a kind of a little competition. Oh yeah, I like it like that. So this little dude, if you guys remember right, like for topwater twitching, we almost got hit pretty good with that other one. I went to this color. But no bill with that tail, that curve kind of pushing down. I like that. We're going to do two things. We're going to see how closely related the blade and the poison adrenaline as far as actions and baits. Then we've got those two baits. One has the cut to where it chops better and the other one doesn't, and so that's what we're going to do. So the Zillion and blade have the one that's cut, and then the poison adrenaline Steez limited shallow spool don't. So I'm going to start with the one I cut on the blade. We're going to throw it around a little bit, and it's perfect size for these little like medium heavy type rods. Like you don't have to have Swimbait rod and reel combo for this thing. But she chops like just below the surface. I guess you could try to rod tip up and chop it. I've got that little blade on the front that definitely, it's more balanced now. It's like a slow sink though. It like, then it starts sinking down. All right, let's try just stock. That I've switched out the hooks too. This one is completely just the way you would buy it from AliExpress on the Poison Adrena Medium Plus. So it floats a little higher due to the, not sure why it floats a little higher, but it definitely, this one anyway, I guess that little bit of weight that I added to balance it lets it not, oh, do you see that? So you can see that making the very littlest of wakes. I like to give it a little nudge like this. I think it, if you just swim it, I guess you can, I'll just try it just swimming it. So we'll get one out there. I'll just swim it back. No, I think it just wants to go too straight. I think you, once you get it started, maybe it does that, but I think it is just better to have a little twitch. Just like that, not much, just a, and then pause it every once in a while. I'm gonna give it a couple second count and then I'm gonna start it. Yeah, I do not like it. I don't like these not cut. I like them cut. You don't have to have it cut, but there's one. Got him. Well, maybe the bass don't like it cut. Oh, barely hooked. That's technically a swim bait fish. I knew the cheapest, like $3.50 baits may be the best for that small swim bait type deal, right? Let me get a quick pick. Well, there you have it. Definitely not a giant, not a true swim bait bass, right? Caught on a swim bait, but that's what you get when you, oh, you guys all right? Here, let me make sure. Oh man, you guys get scared? That dude was a splasher, not a jumper. Okay. So caught one right there. I'm gonna go back to the one that I chopped. And it's a possibility the one I chopped, I need to take off the, maybe that little thing is more of a hindrance than it is a help. But let's give him a shot now. I kind of gave it a couple second count. Maybe they're just under the surface, and I could see that fish go for it. I still like the way that one works with that weight better. Let's see if we can catch a fish on it though. I think I got a count. Didn't I? No, maybe not. Get a little further. Oh, did you see that? They're hitting top water. I should be throwing a little bitty frog popper of some kind. in my honest opinion, this is the worst time to be throwing big swim baits, because that little fry is, I think big baits aren't on their mind. Unless maybe it's like a jig, crawdads, like I think the bait fish type things. Let me try this one a little more aggressive. All right, well, maybe no more chopping them. If I throw that unchopped one again and catch a fish, I didn't even work it. That dude just hit it. Just a sinking, like you would a Cinco. You know, it is weighted to where it was just, I'm sure it was just probably doing that on the fall down. He whacked it. I gotta get my pliers wherever they're at. This dude is, well, maybe not. Well, it's hard to say, but we definitely have caught two on that cheapest bait you can get. Do I need a pick? No. So yeah, let's maybe try our other little dude on top water. Okay, I'm gonna give this bluegill dude one more shot. Long cast down there. Just kind of, so far I like the way all these things work, just kind of lightly twitching. It is already warmed up. It went from hoodie weather about an hour ago to time to take the hoodie off. Still haven't found the cadence right for this thing. I don't think this thing swims as good as our bass does that we caught a fish on yesterday. But as you see, sometimes it's just a profile. Like that was hardly no movement. Is that a big crappie? No, it's a good bass. Look at that chunk. Sometimes just a profile. That's kind of what a glide bait, it's just not really that the true movement. It's just that they see a perfect resemblance of a fish they are used to eating, and so they will eat it. You know, as long as it moves at all. Bass hardly ever eat any, I don't think they ever eat anything that's truly dead. But yeah, there we go. Almost ready to put a wraps on this video. So there we have it. You can see that does not take a very big bass to hit some of these smaller swim baits. But I think if you get that bait, you get the cadence down to it, figured out, and you get around a big bass, you'll see that as an easy meal, and you can catch them too. So I got one more bait, and then we'll wrap this up. Okay, I was not going to throw any of these. Let me spin around here. I wasn't going to throw any of these until I got the bigger line on. So it is heavier than this dude, but it should get down lower. And this is my sacrifice color, just for the fact this bait was one of the cheapest ones. It was like 12 to, I don't know, $12.50. I think it was 24 bucks for two of them. So I'm going to try it like this, but I think I'm going to end up pulling that off and then putting this on, and then we'll try it. Of course, we might help to take these off so we can actually maybe hook a fish if they hit this. So let's just throw that. I take it that is the exact size, maybe knockoff as a, that is pretty heavy. That's one thing, like if I were to keep these and keep them in my arsenal, throwing them, I probably would definitely need a, probably even an extra heavy, just to make it easy to throw. So I'm just going to try. This guy definitely gets down there and digs. And if you guys watch the video, baby brush hawk caught the biggest fish out of here in a long time anyway. So let's go with, you know what? Let me switch the tail and leave that blade. So I'm going to, hey, get out of there. I'm already bleeding today, dude. Swim baiting is tough. I'm already bleeding. So I'm going to put the tail up. Try it like that. Gets down. I think this bait is big enough. That bill, I think I'm getting down like 3 foot in those short casts. Let's try this. So it's kind of just like a big crankbait with that lip on it. I think I like it better, like just like that with the lip. May not get us any fish, but the resistance I'm feeling, the way it kind of, I call it waddle, the way it waddles coming up. I think I like it just like that. Yeah, it's getting down there. That looks and feels pretty good. But before I take the bill off, we're going to try it the way I like this tail. Like this without the bill. So let's try it like that. Maybe we can get out here. We'd like that tail all the ways. We just throw it with and without the. Wow, if that thing's not fouled up, it may be fouled up or something, because it feels totally different. Or I lost the bill. Something happened. No, that thing changes it completely how it feels. Just switching that tail around. It took away, there's nowhere near the resistance feel. Let me see what it looks like coming at us. It just changed it. Oh yeah, it just gives it a, it doesn't even waddle like that. It makes it real subtle. So with the bill in and that like this, like I like it for without the bill, I don't think I'd like it as well. So I think it's one of those. I'm gonna switch it back real quick. That up, hopefully, I don't know if it make it out in the camera how it even works the rod different. So yeah, I don't know. Can you guys see like the rod, me shaking? Like I can feel almost like a chatterbait type feel. Maybe that's why I like it. I can feel kind of what's going on. And that thing definitely has a coming through the water. It's just like a real, it basically takes a, it makes it this way fish more like a big round bait, so it wobbles more, and then more like a skinny bait the other way. So I guess this way worked better, like now should work better, but like if cooler water, I think you'd want it the other way. So that's a definite kind of cool that you can switch them like that if you want to come out and use it kind of like a crankbait type deal. Okay, so yeah, it's definitely adjustable. Now, okay, we like it like that, right? No, we like it the other way. Let me just try it though. I think I like it the other way without the lip, but let's try it for sure on this bait so we'll know. Uh-oh, what was that right there? Big fish or a little crappie? Oh, I do not like that at all. You guys see that? That bait does not look good at all that way. It's horrible. Horrible with it like that. So let's go the other way. So I think I like it like that with the lip. Flip it, take the lip off, flip it over like that for the walking thing. Is where I think. Let's see. I guess I need to try all the littler sizes, see if they're the same way. So like I said, yeah, see that now? So that same action there, you should be able to get if you were to weight it, you know, and get it to where it doesn't float. So yeah, that's definitely, if I'm gonna be fishing these baits, it'll be like that. I didn't even try the fork tail. I don't even know if I like it in any configuration. Now that bait, the right color, that bait should get hit. That's a kind of a big, dude, nailed it. That dude, that's a better fish too. That dude nailed that bait. I just like barely moved it. Get over here, don't come off. May have two of them on it. Dude, I'm backing the boat up. Swim bait. Oh, dude, that's a giant. Dude, get over here. Oh, he's gonna jump again. Don't come off. See how good these hooks are. That's a 3.5, maybe close to 4. Get over here. Get in this boat, you swim bait bass. That's a good chunk. Woo! Did it make my $350 purchase on AliExpress worth it? I don't know. You guys tell me. All right, there we have it. That was an awesome catch. I got orange stuff everywhere. I'm bleeding on that other bait I cut. That is a color I would have thought would not have worked, but it caught that dude. Oh, I forgot to weigh it. I'm holding you guys in one hand and I got the fish in the other. Zeroed out. Thanks again. Eugene gave us this scale for moments like this. 315. Every fish out here has come close to making it to, you know, the next poundage up. But that is a beautiful, pretty sure it's a female, largemouth bass on our swim bait. We're gonna see if she'll jump. She's probably way too worn out for jumping. Oh, no, no. Swam off. So yeah, we're on it. Whew. I was debating about where I was gonna go today. Very glad I stopped off here. So I guess like that without the lip. Flip that tail around with the lip and maybe try it with the straight tail. And you could probably put the straight tail maybe, but I just, something about the way it is right there, and that's the bigger one from AliExpress. I wouldn't recommend, you need a swim bait rod. Like the Tequila back rack is probably, I don't think I want to try it, do I, on the Super Destroyer? Not really. I'm gonna try it just for you guys, but I don't think I'm gonna like it. I'm gonna see what it feels like. I may not cast it. We're gonna see what it feels like, and then we're gonna wrap this video up. If it feels like I could cast it on it, I will, but if it doesn't, I don't want to break. This is my favorite rod at the moment, still. Well, at the moment. Poison Adrena is still my favorite overall, but it's hard to knock this one for catching giant and good fish. Ow. I've been bleeding. I'm poked everywhere. So let's just see. Tequila. Let's spin around. I don't know if you guys can make that out. It's, yeah, I guess you can. I still think the, you know, getting into a true swim bait rod on this size deal, but you could with your heavy action rods. I think you could lob this dude. I can't remember what it weighs, like 2.5 ounces, something like that. All right, guys, I'm putting the wraps on our swim bait morning edition. This bait I still like. Didn't do anything for us today, but I just brought it out right at the end. Hang on. Oh my God. These baits. This one didn't do anything for us either, but I still think that little dude right there has the time and place. This guy, what I thought was, I would think was maybe one of the coolest ones. He is just not like, battery went dead. So as I get out of here, battery went dead. I had to switch out batteries. I'm taking off some of these baits. This bait and this bait, I feel, laying in the bottom of my boat. I feel if you're gonna have the bigger one, if you want to order one of these, and I guess the link where you get the 2 of them for like 23 bucks. It's hard to justify getting this one also, because this one you can kind of wake, if you guys, as you saw. This one, I don't know. It's hard to explain, but I think I could get by with just this one, and I wouldn't even need this in my arsenal. If you just want a kind of wakey topwater bait and you're not worried about a true swim bait. But this one, before you weight it, I think they come 2 versions. You get it sinking or floating. This one does kind of float, kind of does the same thing similar to this dude. So if you're on a budget, you can get 2 of these for $24, a couple different color configurations. That may be the way to go if you want to get into a big swim bait, is what I would choose over this. Now if you want to get them both, that's fine too. But hard to knock that dude. It's about $9 and something, I think, what I gave for that one. Like, these are going to be a little more money. Stay tuned. I got some other bigger ones that I'll have out that are there in that $17 and $19 range, which is very cheap though for true swim baits. So far they seem to be working. I mean, I'm new to it. I'm starting to figure out some things that they'll get hit. But I'm switching now to regular fishing. I honestly think though, for me, I kind of wish I would have just got the bigger ones that I plan on throwing on the Tequila Baccarat. But if you want to just grab something that you can throw with your own fishing gear, there's another size. And that's probably this size. Like, this size is what I would start with. I honestly wouldn't mess with the smaller ones. They make a real small, this one, and then the big one like I just showed you. That's probably the size you'd want to throw in regular. I can throw it on a medium to get into the swim bait, just messing around, which is kind of close to the like if you're or you're thinking about getting the S waiver, it's basically the same type of bait, same size, class range. That's one I would get. Unless you just want to catch, you know, you could probably throw that littlest dude on light BFF. Like, I wouldn't have a problem throwing, that dude on a Teton if I wanted to get out and just catch some, you know, try to catch a bigger bite on a smaller rod. But for the way I fish nowadays, I like the idea of throwing those baits on the Tequila Baccarat, and then just different baits as I go down. So anyway, if you like this video, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. The bait of the day, I would still say, is this dude right here. I know, funny, I really didn't like this color. I thought it was too much, right? Too bomb poppy. But sometimes the bass, they like that flashier colors, right? You see the balls in there. Try to show you, like, it's got a noise, so when it's moving in the water, it's making some disturbance. And don't be afraid of splashdowns. Like, there's a lot of guys talk about how if you're in water with spooky fish, yeah, you probably maybe shouldn't be throwing swim baits. You maybe should be throwing a drop shot or a shaky head or something like that. But when the bite's kind of on, a lot of times there's splashing going on, fish are hitting top water. Like, they're used to commotion going on, especially a lot of lakes where there's jet boat and different commotions. Like, a lot of times that noise won't really spook a fish off. So anyway, should I recheck my line? It's good. It's good. It's fine. It's P-Line Original. As I get out of here, comment below if you've bought any P-Line Original due to my recommendation. Or comment if you are a fan of P-Line Original. You've fished it before you even found this channel. I found it was somebody on Tackle, I believe it was Tackle Tour. It could have been Bass Boat Central. One of those forums, one of the two for sure. They recommended it. They're like, oh, I've been fishing P-Line Original for years. That's all I use. And that's back when I was running line, not braid, to a leader. I ordered a spool up, Tackle Warehouse, the only place I've ever been able to find it, and just instantly was like, oh yeah, this is a good line. But then I was like, you know what? I like braid all the way. So anyway, get out. You can't stay here. This is SwimBait videos done. Check back, regular video, chatterbaits, spinnerbaits, backup bait, soft plastics, and see how well I do. Possibility, slim possibility. It's only 8 o'clock. We got here like 6:30. It's 8:10. We've only been here a couple hours putting this little video together. Possibility I could load up and go hit a whole nother place. Maybe not. This is Monday, Memorial Weekend, 2023. We gone.